Hello and welcome back to Shapes. Now, since last time I have been fairly busy and I basically rebuilt my MAM a lot, and I built two of them because I could. So what we have up here, let's see, we have loads of shapes, loads of colors coming in. It's still refilling everything after I expanded, so we got the same setup over here. It's a lot. Now, we have the usual filtering going on, so we're sending shapes down, and in they go. And I actually only have a single one here, but it will actually fill up the whole thing. So we got two of them. Okay, that's almost the same shape. Coming out, going down. And as you can see, once it reaches bypass, it'll dump whatever it has here. I haven't figured out how to make that shorter, but that's just how it goes. Comes down here, gets fit together. Again, bypass on everything. Next layer comes down. And there we have a funky color. And it goes over here and something is not quite happening here. What's occurring over here? There's a missing. And that one is missing. And what's the issue? Okay, this one is coming through. Why is it slow? Now it's full. This one is sending out yellow stars, but it should be set. Why is this one doing? It's doing weird. I guess it's not getting enough stars. Ah, okay. I finished that level. Now it's dumping much. Let's see, now it should be making this, and that is what it's coming out as. And this one needs to clean out the color here. Yeah, and that's the part where I have these long belts. And that's a bit of an issue, but I think I've sorted most of the shape bit there, and I just haven't figured out how to fit that bit in yet. I could of course just move this one over, but it doesn't solve my issue of the color here. I could probably work on it and get something. For now though, this one is working full blast all the way down. And most of it is getting discarded because we need to consume that bit. Now it's backlogging here, it's good, but this one is not quite up to the task yet. Now things are coming through. And yeah, that's coming in, and we have the right pieces coming over. And now we have to clear out this bit. Yeah, it's probably a bit too tight on space. I should probably have moved this bit down, just a single one for each of these, so I could fit a dedicated dump stuff here, but I'm afraid that would actually not solve the issue completely. So we'll have to just live with it being a bit slow. But now it is definitely hooking everything up, and things are coming in. And as I said, we had from two sides, and this thing is still doing nicely. And I actually have another one down here, which seems to be completely stuck with two different shapes. And this one can sometimes make it, so some levels go much faster. See, now it's dumping this, but not that side. I want... okay, that does explain why. There we go. Let's get that bit out. That's the old design, ma'am. And this is the new. I think this one is a bit sleeker. But I could probably rearrange these. I mean, these could fit in there. And this one could fit in there. So I could shorten it a little bit, but it's okay. And we have all the other stuff up here. And it's beginning to backlog everything, so that's nice. But I guess that's just about it now. What I can do is I can just keep going and upgrading like that. Now I need 40 of those, I got it, 40 of those, got it, 70 of those, yeah, so. And that's basically what I have left. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, see, now it's just running along. Now I need 35 per second of this. So yes, this will become faster and faster. But I don't really think there's a challenge in that. Now, let's go into the wire layer, because that's where much of this magic is occurring. So we have our main signal coming up here, and we split off on the first layer. First thing we do, send the signal up to this and say, what's the first corner? And that would be a green square. So green squares go here, green go there. And then we send the rest of them on to the next layer here. So twist up, twist up, twist up. That's just one layer doing that stuff. I could probably shorten this a little bit, but I needed more space, so yeah. And I'm not sure, I could probably just have it come in from way up here, but I ended up with this design. So our layer comes in here, and I ended up having one analysis thing for these. It looks weird, but it does what it needs to do. So we start up sending the shape down here. If it is a square, you can send it straight down there. If, on the other hand, if this now needs to be a gray circle, we'll get the circle from there and the color from this side and paint it. So now I'm sending gray circle here. If it is a gray circle, it will bypass, or it'll just send it through, otherwise gets rejected down to here, where we check if it's just a circle, and if not, discard it and into the painting machine. We take it, cut it, twist it, cut it again, so that we get the right corner up, and pass that into here. Now this one is actually interesting, because if I have a nothing here, this one becomes a 1, and it'll pass up there. The 1 becomes a 0, and it'll send a 0 along here instead of a null. A null breaks the whole thing, but a 0 just says, do whatever. This one, on the other hand, if there is something there, then that is a null, a 0 signal, and this one will be deactivated. And it'll just pass, because we have a not here, it'll just send through, and this one will be passed way down. On the output, we check again, do we have what we want, and discard the rest. And then I just have a display there to see what is it I'm actually supposed to make here. The same happens on the next one. Now, if this one sends a blank, we come down here and now things get really, really messy. And again, screen there. Now I try to stack these two. And that gives me this shape. If there's a shape, it goes through here, otherwise it becomes a null. If it can't stack, that's null, and this one just stops. Down here, it goes in and checks, well, here it can't do anything. It just goes blah, error, and nothing is output here. If one of these is blank, it will actually pass that shape on down here. And again, we have these NOT gate things to pass on. If this one does not contain anything, it opens the bypass for that side, I mean the opposite side, and the reverse goes there. And if there is a double shape, oh, now we got it. We can take a look up here and see what it's actually doing. You can see now it's just passing it through because it's an uncolored, and it should deliver just an uncolored circle. It'll still stack them up, and it goes down there and it says discard anything not of that size and a display, because yeah, well, why not? The same thing happens on the next half of the layer, and it goes down there. We have another repeat of this, except there I have a more complicated design. I tried a few things out and I ended up with the top design being better than this one, I think. This one works the same, and we send that off to the next layer, which is basically a repeat. Send in the whole thing. If it stacks, this comes out, and if not, it will adjust for whatever happened. Pass it down, and let's get up here. I just have a garbage can sitting there, and off we go. Same deal, and then finally into there. And then we have the two MAMs feeding into here, and there's a bit of a delay between some of them. And for some reason I'm sad to see all these rushing in after. Although I have no clue why it's saying only 2 in that one. That's because we are discarding this wrong shape. We don't want to have them there. So yeah, I don't know how much I can push this. Now, there are just a few things more we can do. There are some achievements. Some of them are easy, some of them are not. But while I might keep playing this, I think it has more or less done what it needs to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's something weird happening on this side, on this layer here. Why is this one acting very slow? It's the stars. Stars and circles, they're definitely not... Oh. You know what? I think I just might do this. and this. Not sure it'll actually improve the flow, but who knows. The colors are coming there. It is still working. That's the amazing part. But I was hoping to have this bit down here fill up with circles and stars. It's only filling up this one so far. So that's maybe why the second bit of the map here is actually working much better. At some point, it'll fill it up. And at that time, we will probably get something more. But that's my design so far. And I think that is where we will be finishing this. There is a time challenge for, what do you call it, a 30-minute and 1 hour thing. But it's okay. I've had great fun doing this. I mean, I really had to think a bit on this. This map is complicated. Now, the one we have down here might be a bit simpler. Let's just zoom in. I mean, the connection from the colors and the shapes is much faster. But I have way too much capacity here. So I could probably cut it down in size here. But it does not really account for missing layers. It really does not like that. But if it can produce the shapes as it's currently doing, I see no reason why to not keep it. I mean, the top ones here, they are a bit slower in resetting. Actually, much slower. So when it's time shortly, these two will fill up the whole thing. And we should be getting everything. Let's just see. No, 33. I do need these from up here. Yeah. Now it's emptying out this. Well, we might reach 36 here. We did. So right now it's just, yeah, I can wait and do this faster, or I can just sit and do nothing. There's nothing left. So great game. And yes, definitely looking forward to Shapes 2. That is gonna be fun. And there's a slight thing there because this one is going in. You know what? Let's just fix that issue. Oops. There. That should speed it up. Let's just wait and see. Now the new shapes are coming in. But definitely not enough for 36. I know I've seen some where they're in level 1000 plus. So I will probably not reach that. I could just leave it to idle for a long time. That would solve that problem. Let's see. We will stay until we reach 160. And with that, I will be ending this series. It's been fun. I mean, it really did require me to think quite a bit, and that's actually quite fun. At least, that's how I understand fun. There we go. Let's see, what's the next? I did wonder, can I... No. There's no mirror of this one. That, if I had that, I could have used it here to discard the wrong ones sitting there. That could have been really useful. Now I know there's a modded series as an option. There's something called Shapez Industries. I might take a look at it, but I am not sure. I might not. I might just do it on my own. So let's see. We are not producing anything there or there yet. We're definitely stacking up on the required bits. And we are lacking again the star shape. I could probably redesign this one, but again the wires are fairly tight here. I would have to design it to empty out all these things. That could make it faster. But only for a short while. And I really think the biggest hurdle I have is some of these shapes have not been filled yet. And there we go. There's pros and cons in these. This design seems to reset faster, but it doesn't really account for multiple layers. It might also be just because it's filled up the shapes, so it's able to run it faster. But having reached this point, let's see, where will we get the next bits coming in? This one is already doing that bit of the shape. This one is coming from the other side. And out it goes, emptying out much of this. And apparently many of them are not the right things. But now it's coming, at least from this side. The other end is still cleaning out junk. Waiting. Yeah, now they're coming. But it's slow. Let's see. I think this one will solve the issue. It's definitely a faster design, with a few things not so nice. I might not actually make it. Nope, 35. Now this one is popping through. Not quite enough to make a big difference yet. But we managed it. And with that, I will say bye for this time. I'll see you in the next series. Until then,